Well, hello again, my friends. We are back. Another great American craft beer review with Kyle. Friday night made it. Another week down, folks. Happy weekend here. College bowl season tomorrow. Hitting up the old friendly rival tonight, Hamilton Fairfield Hoops game, and also Weyerbacher Brewing Pint Night. I don't want to ramble on too much about them, but kick-ass brewery with high ABV brewers will be at Jungle Gyms tonight on tap. A nice company. But now I've got one that I've wanted to try, and I think the hype and from the company. And Steve Meixell delivered, folks. This is the Cocoa Nuggets, and here it is. Look at that logo. The Cocoa Pebbles, continuing the Nuggets series from 450 North Brewing. And 450 North Brewing, and I'll repeat it again because I'm a nice guy. They're out of Columbus, Indiana. This is the first beer from them I've had that's not an IPA, so I'm very excited to dive into this. The reviews on Untappd were what I thought they would be, and that was telling this company to stick with IPAs. Now, again, that could just be IPA drinkers because, I don't know. It'll tell a lot from me how good the brewer is if they do something besides a pale or an IPA, and that's what I've wanted. And I love this, man. This style of beer and this flavor here. So, Cocoa Nuggets. It says double chocolate milk stout brewed with cocoa powder, Madagascar vanilla beans, and lactose. Ingredients are pretty common on a milk stout. I can tell you the beer checks in at 7.9% alcohol by volume, so a little spike, 7.9, so that's getting up there a bit. Really not a whole lot on the can, just a double milk stout, very limited release. I do have this glass from Southern Tier, freshly rinsed. I think this would be appropriate for this type of stout, so let's dive into it and get a pour. I want to thank the great Steve Meixell again for thinking of me as he makes his work trips out to Columbus, Indiana to find, to serve our agents for work and finds good beer. Without him, I would have never known 450 existed. They do distribute to a place called Whitey's, 45 minutes from here, but I'm not out that way a lot, and I'm not, if I'm not out there, I'm not going to hear about them. I did hear one of my friends in Indiana who lives in the Terre Haute area was telling me that 450 North is a kick-ass brewery, but I never would have had a chance. He's not huge into craft beer, and he's not going to be able to bring me back stuff. So the thanks goes to Steve Meixell. So let's get a pour on the Cocoa Nuggets. Oh, wow. It just looks like milk chocolate. Look at, if you can see the pour coming out of the can there. Looks a little thin, but you can kind of tell that it's coming out of the can at a nice angle. Almost like a, tilt that a bit. Oh, that's a good pour. Let's see if that head rises up. Oh, man. I think I might have was a little too aggressive with that, but we'll see. I gotta tell you, this beer has some lovely carbonation. My goodness. Not a lot of aroma, at least up front. Look at that carbonation. Very good, lively carbonation. Nice amount of head on the pour there. I wasn't overly aggressive with this. Give it another quick smell here. Definitely chocolate malts. I get a little bit of malt powder. That's what they're saying. This is cocoa powder, so I'm getting some of that as well. I'm not sure what cocoa powder tastes like. A lot of people are saying this does taste just like Fruity Pebbles. Yeah, the reviews were so mixed. I had one person say it's the best stuff they had. One person said it was awful. One person said it was good. But, so you get that balance. People are going to have opinion. The head is dissipating quite quickly. Let's say cheers to Steve Meixell, 450 North. Kick off a good weekend here, folks. And let's dive into this beer and see what it's all about. Cheers. Oh, boy. Wow, the cocoa... that tastes like Cocoa Pebbles cereal. I'm getting the cocoa, almost milk. Oh, wonderful beer. And I tell you, 7.9, I'm not getting any alcohol. Oh, boy. The finish on this is excellent. It's up front, it's kind of just a chocolate milk stout. The finish on this is phenomenal. Well, it's amazing. Up front, it's just kind of, it doesn't start off great, but the finish makes up for this. I don't know. It is what it is, I think. It says it is. It's a Cocoa Nuggets. It tastes like Cocoa Pebbles. It really does that in the finish. Up front, you're getting almost like a Almost like a regular milk stout. It almost has like a left-hand milk stout taste up front, maybe a little thin, and then it does finish out very, very nicely. The cocoa powder kicks in. To me, and again, excuse me, to me, I don't know how they can brew a beer where the cocoa powder kicks in. Because it's going on my palate now is Cocoa Pebbles. It really is. Like Cocoa Pebbles with milk. Flavor's great. Up front, though, I don't know. It's like kind of a bland stout up front. Finishes nicely. It's an A beer. I mean, it's really good. It's not blowing me away. I think it's very good, and I would tell any stout lover to try this. The can alone makes you want to try. I mean, that's me and Steve were talking about how cool this is. The cocoa nuggets, the fruity nugget, all that. That's really awesome. It's definitely worth a shot. If I saw it, I would drink it again. I'm gonna go with what Steve said. Good. I like his review. I think he was critical. Very good. Not the best stout I've had, but certainly an above average one. You know, here is good. Here is a lot of stouts. This is probably here, and the best ones I've had are here. So it's in that upper echelon, probably the B plus range. I'm gonna say it's an A, but not an A plus, but a good beer. I would try it. Nothing wrong with it. I like the flavor. I like the finish a lot. The flavor up front is a little off for me. But like you said, it finishes the saves it. And of course the artwork. And of course I've had so many kick-ass beers from these guys. So I'm going to say it's an A. I'm going to have a sip of this. That's just that flavor. I mean, it's good. Yeah, thanks to Steve Mike Sell. Give it an A, folks, and heading up to Weyerbacher and heading out to watch my Indians tonight. Hopefully they can win a basketball game. Highly unlikely. I think Hamilton's going to take them, but we'll see. Cheers, everybody. Have a good weekend. See you.